It is like a finger pointing away to the moon.
Thinking is medieval. They are asking all the wrong questions.
I'm sure. Good luck on that subway ride home, you miserable, ugly f***ing wives.
People don't know what they want until you show it to them.
Trust me, I'm not driving a 7 Series without strippers.
I think I read Warren Buffett say something like that.
What?
Right.
Who's Warren Buffett?
We rolling?
Yep.
All right, take 3. We're going to make it happen this time.
Take 3. Not only is it take 3, but we've been gone for
So
very long.
we're getting rusty at this.
Well, yeah, exactly. We've lost all of our crypto skills.
Doesn't matter because we are making money.
We're back. Up only, baby.
Up only.
Since it's been in the 2 weeks we've gone. We've this week's been green all around, and then we broke through 50. Which is very
literally
big.
the last 3 weeks is just straight up.
That's beautiful.
So that's a good
50 as always.
This is
seems
probably
to be
top now.
Big. Oh Jesus, been a big mental barrier.
And I'm surprised it didn't just bounce off of 50 again and shoot back down. It kind of just broke through and it's chugging along.
That's true. I think somebody said 51.8 was a key resistance level, and we pretty much
we're getting close to that.
We hit it, I think, and hovered. And so So I think we're gonna see how that plays out. I trust the smart people who posted that. So
yeah, so far all the smart people that said this isn't over have been correct. So I'm just rolling with it.
Yeah, and I am very, very under allocated to BTC.
Yeah, me too.
I have like $1,200 of BTC.
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of ETH.
I have a lot. Most of mine is ETH, and
I can
and
do
Ohm.
stuff with ETH and Ohm, a lot of Ohm. But
I haven't been making enough profits to feel like I should be rolling things over into Bitcoin, because rolling something into Bitcoin feels like putting into cash almost, like it's just like taking profits.
Yeah.
But that's not the right way to think about it at all.
Because it seems like the people who read the cycles well and play it correctly, like when everything's about to go up like this, and it's like, oh, crypto as itself is taking a step forward, Bitcoin always moves first.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I still don't think it's as worth it for someone who can't be that specific to just sit in your alts, eat you bleeding against the BTC pair, like it's unavoidable, and then it's probably going to overextend more than Bitcoin will.
Yes,
that's kind of just what.
I mean, my goal is to make enough this run to be able to put a decent amount into Bitcoin where I feel comfortable, even if it goes down a little bit, and just kind of ride that out.
Learning more about the DeFi space, I will probably do a try crypto-esque type thing where I'll have a BTC, ETH, or USD, some hybrid of that gets me the best return somewhere. Yeah, just as a piggy bank, because you're beating your debt obligations by holding that there, even if you're absorbing some price drawdowns.
Yeah.
As long as you can just make your payments, and eventually you're just going to destroy all of your. Yeah.
Yep. I feel good about it though. I think we've got at least another few more months of up only. Maybe more. I don't know. Maybe this is
it's super cycle, baby.
Yeah, maybe. It could be. It doesn't feel like, I guess it didn't really feel like it in 2017, but it really doesn't feel like we can have a super major crash now.
This is taking forever. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, 2017 felt quick.
Yeah.
Really quick.
When we were like, man, we got in here. I feel like we're late. Hopefully this keeps going for a second. And then 8 days later.
We also got in kind of at the end of it, right?
That's what I'm saying. 8 days later, it was like, woo.
Yeah,
we're
nice
okay, that's fine.
We came back this time.
And we tried to rebid on the complacency bounce, and then that evaporated. We have already been through that 7 times in the last couple months.
Yeah, it's been.
So now I feel like a hardened, grizzled veteran.
Which is exactly when we get wrecked.
Still losing money. I was going to say, well, at least I'm not euphoric.
Yeah, exactly. What kind of new stuff did you have today? I know we had a lot going on in the last 2 weeks, but
I
guess just more recent stuff.
I'm trying to think, going back kind of the furthest working forward, the comp thing was hilarious. Robert Lesher, is that his name? Leshner? One of the guys who started comp. So apparently there was just some bug in their reward protocol or something, and it paid out a bunch of wallets a ton of money. And obviously way more than they were supposed to get for their APY. And I'm assuming it was mostly whales, one of them rich get richer things. So it was, I don't know, before he said anything, it was on Twitter and people knew about it, and everyone's like, ooh, I wonder what they're going to do. It's not like they can take it back. And so who was it? Was it Rari or no, not Rari. There was a protocol recently. No, maybe it was Alchemix or somebody who worked with Alchemix when they got in trouble. The guy posted a tweet. He's like, in this scenario, you just post a reward pool, and you say, hey, please deposit your stuff back into here. We'll give you a higher reward rate. And then there was some other some other thing they gave them, and they just asked nicely. They're like, we know the bug now. Please keep trusting us. And they said they got like 80-something% of it back.
Oh, wow.
Just handed it to them. And most people were like, oh, we would have done this before without the rewards. Like, it's all right.
That's sick.
So people were like, okay, they're just going to ask for. But I think the same day he went on Up Only, he tweeted, if you received a large incorrect amount of comp from the compound protocol error, please return it to the compound time lock ETH address. Keep 10% as a white hat. Otherwise, it's being reported as income to the IRS, and most of you are doxxed. The dumbest thing that you could ever say in this scenario is like, what do you guys want to pay taxes on it? Give it back or else, and we'll give you 10%. I was like, why would I not just pay 35%?
Yeah, that does not work out in your favor at all.
Why would I give it back to you?
I guess he's saying then it's like, oh, maybe the IRS is looking at more of your things.
That's the thing.
Which is like the most Fed-ass thing to say.
Exactly.
Like,
he means it like you're going to get audited.
Yeah, like, why would you say that?
Super Fed.
Just very, very hilarious.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I meant to watch that Up Only, but I didn't get to it.
It's kind of oddly pointed towards American...
Yeah, oh, it has...
Is that vast majority of all money in America? Like, is that...
Maybe.
Like, these comp protocols, it's really... Because if he's saying most of them are doxed, that he's saying that... If he's going to say reporting to the IRS, that means he's looked through the list, and he's noticed it's mostly Americans.
That's kind of hilarious.
That's weird.
What a Fed statement.
Dude,
yeah.
So, like, way to... Yeah, everyone was under it. It was like, this is the stupidest thing you could have done.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have asked nicely, you got a part of it back. And, like, even... You can even put something out there that, like, if you appeal to people's humanity and ask for it back, you just, like... Well, I don't know if there's a way to blacklist the people who got... Because you want to lock out the people who kept it.
I mean,
you don't want to try to punish them and dox them, but you're like, well, if you guys don't want to be a part of the community, then you're now blacklisted from, like... You can't invest with us anymore. We don't want you around if you're going to be like that. But take your happy comp tokens and leave. Because then it's like, well, if they sell them immediately, that's...
I guess it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard situation because I would even feel guilty being like, you're blacklisted if you don't give it back because it wasn't their fault.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it if you're like a part of the community, but that doesn't morally obligate them to just give it back.
Yeah, I guess
that's a weird thing. They didn't steal it. Like,
right.
So I don't know. That's a hard one, but definitely don't be a Fed. Like that's absolutely the wrong decision.
Well, also, I guess couldn't you just make a wallet list of everybody? I'm trying to think if you could do it like a stock split where you just dilute everybody else, or so you dilute the people who accidentally got the stuff by giving all the other wallets. You just make it claimable for everybody else, and let's say you like added 10%, whatever, you double your supply, whatever that math is, to like dilute the people who got it, and then it would rebase the price. The problem is you can't just change the price in like a stock split on like a 1 to 7. The price is divided by 7 like on a certain date. If you did that with a cryptocurrency, every government in the world would be like, "What?
That sounds like a way harder.
That sounds like the definition of market manipulation. But like it would be I thought that would be kind of a good way to handle it.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds pretty tough. It sounds like they're gonna figure out a way through it though. I don't know.
That one was hilarious. The big news the last couple days was Axie just raised a bunch of money. Actually, Mavis Labs, technically. Yeah. The company that makes Axie. They raised $152 million. This is the Series B. They have made $2.3 billion in revenue since 2018. And I'm assuming 99% of that is in the last 9 months.
Has to be.
Maybe a year, but like, yeah, $2.3 billion, almost all of it this year. That's a lot of money.
Is the coin even still doing well?
The coin is doing very well.
Okay.
And SLP, the in-game reward token, is starting to do really well too.
Oh, cool. You stopped playing, didn't you, a while ago?
I stopped. I tried to get back on and play a little bit. It's boring.
Yeah.
It
looked kind of boring.
It's repetitive and hard.
Yeah.
So it's like it's really hard to advance. So you end up just like going back 1 or 2 steps and just grinding the same boring level, and it takes a long time. It's not like Pokemon where like I'll run around in this area and catch wild Pokemon and fight them. This just feels way more robotic and annoying.
Yeah. I guess enough people kind of like it, so.
I think, and I don't like playing PvP because if you don't have perfect monsters, I feel like you just get wrecked.
Yeah.
I'm sure I bought my Axies when they were expensive, and I can get cheaper ones now, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Are they all kind of the same starting out when you buy, or can you buy stronger ones?
No, you have to buy perfect ones immediately.
Okay. Yeah, that
If you
sucks.
don't, you have to sell them all and then be like, okay, now I need a healer, I need a tank with this, I need a attack, I need one that can attack this type. There's certain stuff where you need one of your monsters to be able to not attack the front man. So he can like skip around like a knight in chess. He can like attack a different character. That's like the #1 trait in the game, and it's super rare. But it's almost necessary if you're playing PvP. I was like, I don't know, barriers to entry high. That's not how you make a game that like explodes. So I think the only reason people play it is because they're making money on it.
Makes sense.
But Andreessen Horowitz was involved in the Series B. They're everywhere in the crypto space, man.
Yeah.
And it was a $3 billion valuation.
Cool.
Is what they raised at. So
super dope. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, video games are going to be a big part of the second leg of this bull run.
You gotta think, and like hopefully playable video games, like,
and the parallel stuff, and like all the gamification is going to be a part of this one.
I am very excited about parallel. They put out like a concept art. It was a picture of something, and it was one of the cards, and it said what it did, like remove some item from the field and do this much damage or whatever. So it was like, oh, they're starting to build out like the mechanics of the game. Yeah. So I think we're gonna start seeing, like, I don't know about rules, but yeah, I think it'll probably be cards. They'll probably do promotional materials with cool cards, and it will say some sort of power and.
Yeah, I'm just excited for this next pack release. So
much so
we got to do everything we can to get in on that.
Very curious to see how many more cards, like unique cards, or if they're gonna do, because a lot of the ones that were in the first pack, there's still some to be minted.
Oh, are there?
Right, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I'm not really sure how that works, but
yeah. Cool. Do we have any other news stuff?
So the SEC subpoenaed Circle, which is the company that issues. I don't know USDC, the USDC coin. They're those people, and I guess there's a conglomerate with a bunch of other people, but
yeah.
They have like an interest-bearing program called Circle Yield, which is just like deposit your money or hold your USDC in here for quote unquote high interest compared to the rest of the space. So of course it's just an easier target for the SEC because they're Circle is not publicly traded, but they are trying to do a SPAC very soon, and they're going to go public at $4.5 billion valuation.
Cool.
So sick. So the SEC is subpoenaing them. I'm assuming this is kind of standard operating procedure because Circle, of course, is complying because they're going to have to do this stuff anyway when they get listed, and they're going to have to, it's like Coinbase.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. The SPAC strikes again. We're seeing it. I guess we're still seeing it. Not as much as we were beginning of the year, but
yeah, very interesting. We'll see. Didn't you say what the SEC count? They're just like, we're not banning crypto, as if that means.
Dude,
like,
okay.
What a weird statement to even make.
Powell, yeah, because they asked Powell first, and then they asked Gensler about it. I don't know if it was separate, if it was like a hearing or what was going on. But yeah, they both were like, confused by the question, which was the appropriate response, which is like, ban crypto. You're like, no, like how?
Yeah, that's not really
so far down the road. Banning crypto would be so stupid now that like you have banks and Fortune 500 companies with it on their balance sheet. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't own Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So they were like, no, there's no intention to ban it. But people took that as like a good news story.
Yeah, no, it was like we weren't really worried about that anyway.
No, never gonna.
Not
happen.
at least for the last couple of years. Like,
but of course, what they said is like we want it to be like an asset class or like banks. Some of these big things should be treated like banks, so they will be regulated thoroughly. Which that has to happen.
Yeah.
That was Mr. Wonderful, or Kevin O'Leary. Yeah, Mr. Wonderful. He's been getting into it, and he's kind of like it seems to be the front man for that argument that people are like worried about. Like, how is such an old school investor like you? Aren't you worried about regulation? He's like, I welcome the regulation.
Yeah, it legitimizes it. Yeah.
If I had a bank and I wanted to open it up in America, would you not want it to be regulated? That's the only way you can play with the big boys. So he's like, yeah, I want it regulated because I want an ETF because the price of Bitcoin will explode.
Yep. Makes sense.
It's all cool. It's all cool, man.
Nope.
It's not going to get... Maybe the fear was it was going to get banned 5 years ago.
Yes.
Maybe we're
even in
underplaying.
Even in 2017, it was like, that was still like, man, what if they just take it all away?
That's true. I guess...
Nobody was putting it on their balance sheet that we knew of yet.
Most of those things that I mentioned are very recent things. So
yeah, that was all this cycle. But yeah.
That's nice. That's big then. That means we pushed through... Okay, from like a macro investing standpoint, then you got to think of Bitcoin as a different type of asset now. Mm-hmm. So that's probably why you saw it surge past the 50. Now it's like... No, now it's in equity.
Yeah, I guess to like certain more traditional finance people that was a new piece of good news to them.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because they know, like, if they just don't like something, they'll figure out a reason to destroy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they realize it's just too big at this point.
So there was, of course, the subpoena is the big red word in the headline, but I think it's good stuff because Circle USDC is awesome, and let's keep using stable coins, baby.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of on that note. George Soros, famed man in the shadows, cashed out of all stocks
Crazy.
and is allocated partially to crypto. And I assume he's not in cash.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what else is he holding?
I assume he's just going to buy an ass ton of property.
Oh, okay.
Because even he's got to know that, man, if he thinks that stocks are a bad investment against cash, that's terrifying.
It's pretty funny.
Because you assume if you're gonna play in the U.S. dollar game that you need the stock market to keep going up to like save like the price rebasing. But if he's like, oh no, stocks won't even outperform cash. I just can't believe. I'm sure he's just getting property.
Yeah.
But the partial allocation to crypto.
It's good things.
Big news. Good
Yeah,
headline.
that was very, very big news.
Yeah. Money.
Yep. Looks like we're gonna be up only for the next few months. I mean,
Forever.
unless we're getting super tricked right now, but that's okay.
It's funny that you hear people like Tendies talk about, they're like, oh, the S&P 500 grinding upwards. And I was like, whatever upwards is, I don't really care what adjective you use to describe the upwards. Mm-hmm. Like, let's just do that.
Yeah, up is fine. It doesn't matter how fast. Because, we're mostly in alts. That's just going to help us anyway. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Man, Ohm is so cool.
Ohm is great. I put
Ohm is so cool.
Ohm is great. It's the best Ponzi I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, we like... no financial advice, but we like the coin.
Yeah, no, I got in at like half the price, more than half the price that it is now.
Like a third.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not saying buy it now, but we like the coin.
Very much.
We like the Ponzi.
Yeah. Read the white paper.
Sure.
Read the game.
Well, because it was one of those things that like all my smart crypto friends have been in forever.
Yeah.
And I just was like, whatever, like I'm whatever. And then I finally threw some profits in, and I was like, oh.
A lot of people being like, oh, something I rebought Ohm after, like I haven't bought Ohm since the pre-sale, and I just got back in. I'm like, you just wanted to say you got in at the pre-sale. I saw so many of those tweets.
That's so funny.
And I was like, I'm jealous. I get it. But so many people have just been like sliding that into their tweets.
That's hilarious.
We get it, man. You're super cool. I guess
super rich.
It's like 7 months. It's only been around for like 7
Yeah,
months.
I knew it was pretty new.
That's nuts, though.
Yeah.
Let's talk NFTs.
Oh yeah, let's talk a little NFT stuff. The toads have been popping off.
The toads are hilarious.
Yeah, the toads are funny. I mean, I think they're like cute or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't see. It's
Weren't
just one of
there
those.
frogs recently? Is this a ripoff of, or is this?
Were there frogs?
I don't know. They all kind of look the same. They're all the pixelated.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, all the pixelated ones are just kind of like the same genre, but like some just catch appeal for some reason.
But they get like some of the OGs like Gainsey and stuff, like the cool cats too.
Yep.
Like,
Cool cats. Yeah. I've been seeing some of the bigger accounts like show those earlier on.
I guess those aren't really pixelated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand. I mean, they're cool looking.
Yeah.
I'm just not very in tune with like why certain NFTs. I think it's just kind of luck and like.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't,
especially those types.
Yeah, you can't really objectively judge those types. It's literally just like who says it's cool. Okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Then it's the community meme token aspect of it.
And it's, I mean, great. I think it's cool. I don't own any, but they're on Solana, right?
Oh.
Pretty sure they're on Solana.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that.
I don't know.
I saw on
the big
Solana
one was Jack Butcher, right? Is his name?
Yeah, Jack.
Jack Butcher is the visualize value.
Visualize value.
Visualize value guy. He bought one and he's been posting Michael Burry.
Yep.
Just gifs the whole time where it's like the cyan capital. It's like one toad equals one toad.
It's so funny because he's been like he's more like on the entrepreneur side of Twitter, but he also he's obviously very deep into crypto as well. But he's been doing his own NFTs just kind of like in his own way. He's never dipped into the like crypto Twitter art side of NFTs like this. This is the first time I've like seen him really endorse a project, which is I don't know what made him do this one. Just very funny, and it's it kind of just made him really take off.
I'm sure he's got some homies and got the.
I'm sure there's something there, but it's like it's funny that this is the first one that he leaned this far into like crypto NFT culture by like making this random piece of art his profile picture and like it's cool. I mean, it's just pushing it more mainstream. A lot more just celebrities adding NFTs as their profile pictures this week.
Yeah, Shaq.
Over the last 2 weeks, yeah.
OBJ. Who was the other one besides Shaq? Addison Rae bought a bunch of parallel cards.
Oh yeah, you told me that. That's sick.
That's cool. Or her business manager bought a lot of parallel cards. Under her public wallet. Because it's cool. Like it's cool that they're gonna have a public wallet now, and it's like, oh, let's like run some of this stuff by you, and they're like, the trading cards sound cool.
I'm sure she at least signed off on it.
See, that's actually a good point. Like that's an easy like business manager brings you like, hey, there's this kind of trading card game, and here's this cool art.
And if it's under your public wallet, it will pump.
Yeah.
That's
So if that's like the number one in the game, then like we just hold that.
Yeah, what a weird. I would love to be. No, I wouldn't. But it's interesting to think about the advisors on those boards that are like advising on celebrities on which NFTs they should buy and make it public.
I got it.
It's
yeah.
such a funny dynamic to me.
I assume some are firms that are like they handle 20% of the entire clientele in Hollywood, and then some of them, they're like some of them just gotta have like a guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a guy, maybe a friend. Maybe they're just
right,
like
because it hasn't been that many people. Where I'm wondering how they're picking the celebrities, or if it's just.
I'm sure
like,
some have been paid. I'm sure some. It's probably a mix.
Or just like these are the people that are like call their people, and it's like, hey, I want to get into crypto stuff. Tell me about it. And
yeah. It's like assign someone to go do research and figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's all good. I feel like we're approaching another little NFT run, which feels great.
Yeah, it's still been going. The drops have been insane. I'm trying to think of what I tried to get into.
We got ephemerals.
Ephemerals, yeah. I've got the waifus. They're adorable. Each one's a coin, which is really cool. But the first drop was just like 10 of every coin, pretty much. Not every coin, obviously, but
yeah.
Some of mine have not hatched, and I want to see what they look like. That's cool.
Yep.
IOTA so far is the coolest looking one of mine.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Of ours, yeah. We're supposed to get pets and all this kind of stuff, and I think it's gonna be like. There's the website has like battle kind of info, but obviously it's like still very bare bones. But I think it's gonna be like a play to earn.
Oh, okay.
Like you kind of stake
I heard
girls, and you earn stuff. Maybe you just like earn a loot. Maybe that's what it is, and that just kind of locks you up. That incentivizes you not to sell, because if you're holding it in your wallet, like I just put 2 up for sale immediately, way higher than the floor in my wallet.
See, I was told you don't even have to stake; you just have to hold.
Oh, whoa!
Because that's what some NFT project did recently. I forgot who it was, but someone in one of the group chats said.
Was that the FEG or the apes or something? I
don't remember, but yeah, they might have been wrong, but they said I think you just have to hold them.
Not the bored apes. There was another ape. Okay, yeah, I did hear something about that.
But either way, yeah, there's something like that going on with them.
Interesting. Well, that would be cool. I was just thinking like you would kind of want people to stake. That's kind of like what Rain.
Yeah, that's
like
kind of the point.
Because you don't want people to sell. You want them locked in.
Yeah, because then it's just like, oh, I'll just earn until someone buys it. Like, there's not much like. I don't know. I guess there's not too much difference than just like taking it out of staking and selling it. But
right, but it's more so like people getting in. That's why like Curve is such a big selling point of Curve is like 70% of their supply is locked right now because you get benefits to locking your Curve in the protocol.
Yeah.
So everybody, like
all
the huge whales, just locks it all up, and you just select 3 years because it says amount locked and then average time locked, and it's like 18 months or something insane.
That's crazy.
So I think there's something with that, but it doesn't have to be that way. So. Waifus are interesting.
I don't think I bought anything else.
Oh, the singularities. That was the other thing. The singularities were some artist who had done some drops, and he's a blue checkmark guy. I guess white checkmark. I really hate the new Twitter update.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really hate it. He's a blue checkmark guy, and I don't know, the website didn't work, and they looked really cool, and the Discord was like, guys, it's the pre-sale for the whitelist people. Like, stop freaking out. And then, like, very few wallets bought every single one of them. There was only like 1,000. And I was there when like only 80 had been minted. And I'm like, these look amazing. I'm going to try to get a couple. And of course, they were selling for 0.7. And of course, now the floor is like 5 ETH or something.
That's crazy.
But it was literally impossible for me to get one. And then if people posted afterwards, like all the addresses that were like, that's the thing. People were trying to mint from the contract, and apparently that wasn't even working. And I think it was just, maybe it was a gas war. I don't really know, but.
That sucks.
It wasn't done very well, and it kind of fudded the project, but I saw it today, and they were talking about how well it was doing, and I wanted to be mad, but I'm just going to ignore it.
Nice.
Just gonna ignore
You're not going to buy one for 5 ETH, though?
No, I can't chase it that much. I'm just going to be like, that was that one thing that I could have had, but I hate them.
Makes sense. Trying to think if I have anything else other than long and shorts.
Yeah, I'm say Rainy's been.
Yeah, we talked about Rainy last time.
We did, didn't we? It was the pack thing, right?
Yep, Rainy did well.
And our friend got the
it's
like a 1 of 10, like the Lords of Light, like the runners of the. They're like the team captains or whatever.
2 ETH now or something.
Jeez, yeah,
crazy.
Like 10 of them she got.
She got it as an airdrop. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
really dope.
She must have been like staking.
Mm-hmm. She's
early.
super Rainy Chad for sure.
That's awesome. Because I was in there pretty early, but top 10,
I mean, her and Sean got in. They got in the night it dropped, like within hours, and then you got in like 2 days later.
I remember being like, oh yeah, their platform dropped. I bet that's what it was, because they hit up the group chat that was like, oh, their stuff dropping tomorrow. So they must have been like Yeah.
pretty deep in it.
Following along. That's awesome.
You gonna do long and shorts?
Let's do it.
Cool. I think I start this week. The hoodie was a bad idea. I'm burning up.
Yeah, even the sweatpants were a little rough. I went to TJ Maxx for the first time in a long time, and just
Nice.
just how many $14 pairs of sweatpants can I buy?
The other sick.
Thank you, sir.
Are you long or short on full blown NFT season 2 this year? Like
I don't
as
think
crazy as we saw it.
Man, Is it even less crazy than it was? I feel like
I feel a little
volume is
bit.
still going up.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, you're probably right. It doesn't feel the same as like early parallel days.
It doesn't because I feel like the hype around them was so crazy.
But I guess everyone's still kind of everyone's making money. Things are still running.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're gonna see a mega pump still.
I think it's a lot is rotated.
I guess more money is like spread out.
Yeah, because it's been around so long, quote unquote, so long that some of the, stuff maybe like Pudgy Penguins or whatever, their floor are just like steadily dropping because they're just not super hyped about it now, and new projects just keep launching.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're still heavy in it, and I don't even know what we would have. There would have to be some other big shiny thing, I think, to kind of pull us away from it, because we still like the art. I still think the more metaverse cool stuff you do, the more NFT stuff's gonna go. So I think it'll be like the way we're doing it now on OpenSea won't be the way we do it forever, and there'll hopefully be some new cool, like MetaDrop starts really doing stuff, and like Loomlock and
there needs to be
boys.
one big platform that takes that over. But
I really hope it's MetaDrop.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Because I have a WASI, and I don't know why. I'm gonna hold it forever, and I'm assuming they're just gonna keep airdropping me millions of dollars. That's what I expect.
Yeah.
There's only a couple thousand of them. Like,
I mean, I hold Xmon, which is also the other play apparently in that space. So
That is
one of us will at least win this war.
that is true. X1 is a cool Twitter name.
Yes. What else? What do you got?
All right, long and short. Tonight's wild card game.
Oh.
I think it's
okay.
a one-game win-all. One of them baseballs. that
Oh
they
no.
do. Red Sox versus Yankees. The El Clasico.
Oh God.
El Clasico.
Are either one of them good?
They're both barely wild card teams, so no.
I'm gonna go Yankees because I don't really care for the color red. So we'll go
They're more
Yankees.
maroon.
And I saw some Yankees post on Twitter today that I liked. I forgot what it was, but they were just in my head. So I'm gonna go Yankees.
Cool.
Is that a correct decision?
I asked that because I knew you didn't watch it. I'm pretty sure the game's already over.
Okay.
And I think the Sox won.
Okay, whatever.
But I knew you wouldn't know. Anthony Rizzo, who the Cubs traded away, I don't want to talk about it,
sucks.
is on the New York Yankees. So I probably would have picked the Yankees to win.
I didn't even know it was playoff season.
Yes, yeah, today was the first day, and I didn't know about it until very late.
Cubs not in.
Cubs are not in. We were, let's say, rebuilding.
Okay.
The more accurate word is deconstructing.
Gotcha.
Okay, it's 3-1 Boston in the sixth.
Oh, okay. I might still
And
win.
Kyle Schwarber hit the Red Sox home run. He's also a former Cub. I want them both to win. No, I want the Red Sox. I want them both to win.
Cool. Are you? I guess this is kind of an easy question, but also we could be wrong. Are you long or short 100K before the end of the year?
So long, gotta be, has to be.
It feels like it, right?
If we go, I can't see us crawling past 60.
Yeah, I feel like 64 we just explode.
What's the biggest candle in Bitcoin history? Biggest green candle.
I don't know. Have we seen it this
Like
cycle?
I guess 1 hour or daily would be the. I don't know.
We saw the 10K candle drop sometime this year, right?
See, that's an all-time classic.
That was a good one.
Because I remember early in the space when I was like, Crypto Messiah was one of the only people I could find who was like doing shitcoin stuff, and like, he's got his preferences. But he said something about like, eventually, guys, we're just gonna see a $20,000 Bitcoin day, and that stuck with me a lot because I was like, that's probably like you could see it. Like if we hit 57 and it starts catching, it hits 64 and it's clearly not stopping, we might just like. Just the turbo we could see would be insane because it always catches people by surprise, no matter how many times it happens.
Yep.
So I'm assuming it's going to be crazier than I can imagine.
I'm down. I'm all here for it,
Definitely.
even though I'm very underallocated.
It's going to, as long as you're, I think
We're in the good things, though.
being an ETH is right
We're
now, I
in
think,
way
the same.
better things than we were 6 months ago.
My goodness.
We were in some dog shit.
I really did have a thing the other day about like, oh my God, I can actually kind of not predict, but I am now in my sentiments more than half the time right.
Yes, I feel like I'm gambling way less than I was 6 months
Yeah,
ago.
but
I
now
feel
when
very
I'm like,
good.
oh, I wish I could do this, I just can't move my money right now.
Yep.
It usually works. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting, all you need is above 50% and just get it better. So yes, I feel much more touched into the knowledge center.
Yep. I
So,
agree.
yeah, let's keep it rocking.
What's yours?
Okay, so going back to the Axie thing, they raised 152 mil. That's a crazy amount of money for a game that's pretty much finished. So my question is, do you think their plan is, you long or short, option A or option B? Option A is redesign Axes as a better fleshed out game with like you got to fix all the bugs. I don't know how that would affect the marketplace. It would be such a I think a clusterfuck. Do you improve on the core game that you've already made so much success, or does Mavis Labs create a brand new game with a whole new NFT marketplace and kind of starts from scratch to give people like, hey, and like that's the thing to entice retail, which is like, hey, we're launching this game, everybody knows about it, it's big national news.
Mavis Labs is the evaluation, right?
Mavis Labs is the one that was evaluated at $3 billion. They're the ones who got the money.
I mean, just from a very uneducated point of view, I would have to go with B, just because that feels like more of the right move. It feels better than just reconstructing a game that already kind of like, even if people don't like it all the way, for what it is, it works, I guess.
I kind of led you into that by the way I asked the question.
Sure, but like also like I think I would feel that way regardless. Mainly just because I think Axis is extremely boring, and I don't see it having any kind of appeal past the very niche appeal that it has within crypto.
Right, and fixing something like that, from someone who like, when I got out of crypto, I was like, oh, I'll just play video games and like travel around and play competitively. Watching video game creators try to fix a video game by thinking they know what works and what doesn't work. Yeah. They're so dumb. Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but they always make changes, and then all the player base gets together, and everyone's like, what were they thinking? It never works out the way that they think it's going to work. So I think they don't even want to mess with it.
Yeah, I mean, they have enough people playing it.
Because if they ruin Axie,
that's all they have.
They're fucked.
Yeah.
But if they can start a second game and just keep Axie rolling, and at
least it would make sense. They have to be in the business to be wanting to make more than one game. So like, why not use this to do that?
Very true. And also, if you can still implement small love potion or smooth love potion or whatever as a reward system to game 2, then playing Axie is still beneficial, even if it's not as fun. You're still going to play it because it's like, oh, it's better. It's easier to get smooth SLP on this one this week because of double rewards week or whatever. I'm
sure they'll implement some kind of crossover like that.
This is going to be cool.
Maybe they can even make a game where you can like move your Axies over and use them in this game for some reason. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff they can do with that. That's the whole point of this metaverse stuff.
Yeah, take a step back. Like
so maybe like every game within their company can have cross-chain.
Oh my God, Toontown. NFT cool. Toontown.
Yeah.
Y'all play Toontown?
I know what it is. I didn't play it though.
Super Dizzy Gibberbee was my dude's name, and he went hard through pies at robots.
Sounds fun. I hope you can do that.
Oh, that sounds so sick.
Yeah, that's dope.
Cool.
Okay. When's the fight? Oh, it's still a few weeks away. Are you longer or shorter, Rookie or Loom?
Okay, did you see that odds dropped?
No.
And Rookie is the, I actually don't know how to say it. Rookie's minus 200. Which just means he's favored, and then Loom's plus 150. So that's, if you bet on Loom, $100 wins you 150. If you bet on Rookie, $100 wins you 50. So like Rookie's clearly favored. I think that's fair.
Who is coming up with these odds?
I don't live betting.
Vegas?
No. There was a betting website that put it out there, and Colonel whatever, DGen Colonel whatever, was He was like, oh my God, there's like a legitimate betting line. He's like, I don't know what world we're living in, but it's my favorite.
Yeah,
one.
And I saw Mo tweeted out, he's like, somehow there was like a news article or something about the fight, and it was like, and something Loom Dart of E-Girl Capital.
Of E-Girl Capital, legitimately.
Mo was like, I don't know how we got here, but this is amazing. I have so much Dubai FOMO, man. It's just, I'm just like, I'm like one step too poor to be justifying that, so I can't do it.
There was a couple things I was like, man, if we can
if this happened,
if the parallel thing popped a little bit earlier, all this like, man, if we
I just can't justify that trip right now.
A little bit of pile of money, and we will spend it all in Dubai.
Yeah, I don't know, but either way, I'm excited. We have some friends going, and it'll be fun to watch from the timeline.
Yeah, however we can watch that.
I hope they have a live stream because that
pay-per-view. It's got to.
I will pay for whatever.
It has to.
Be very funny.
I was gonna say something about I can't remember. It was somebody made an animation of like, in this corner, Loom, and it was like a big blueberry with a chastity belt with a Loom lock as a chastity belt, and it was CL as the cat, like hitting him with a unisock, like fanning him with a unisock.
I have to find that.
And like Loom Dart is in his corner sitting on the couch Muni, the Muni couch, the pink Muni couch, and like getting all pumped, and it's like in the other corner, and it's like Rookie punching a bear, or like a dog version of Rookie like beating a bear, and Cred did the voiceover.
Oh my
Somebody
God.
wrote it and then sent it to Cred to do the voiceover, and then he like ad-libbed the runner of E-Girl Capital and fucker of bears or whatever. The dude is so funny.
That's awesome. I gotta find that.
It truly is. It truly is the best.
We live in a simulation. Yeah, what's your third one?
Okay, are you? I'm gonna lay out a plan. You tell me if you're long or short it. So there is a. They're called an activist group, which I think is funny, called Engine Number One.
Okay.
And they strong-armed Exxon into multiple board seats, and like tried to hostilely take them over. Using like, you guys are destroying the world. We need green electric vehicles. This is all your fault. And so they pretty much just like use the public perception to bully them into getting board seats. They want to go 100% electric vehicles by 2035 and carbon neutral by 2040. What do you think about that story I just told you?
Okay. I mean, it's so hard because I'm such on the team. I don't want to get political, but like I'm such on that team of like pro like climate help. You know what I mean? Like I get it, but it's like I just don't think. Like, what are you gonna do? Like I don't like you're gonna strong arm Exxon into pushing for electric power. Sorry, I don't know what you're gonna do unless they completely restructure their entire company. But
it worked. Like it worked. They're essentially in control.
Sure, but is it gonna happen? Like I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's funny.
It's funny.
And also, like, and what does that even mean? Like, that's their goal, but who's holding them to that goal? What does that even mean?
Yeah, it's this group that it was crazy. They brought him on there, and they're like, activist, whatever, Charlie, whatever. I'm like, you mean investor?
Yeah.
What do you mean activist?
Activists can't run companies. You can, but it's not. That's not that's not what that title means.
He's there to activize.
Yeah.
He's there to make money.
Yeah.
And to use this to his end.
He's using public perception to make money. That's the whole point.
Like very slimy on the TVs when he was going around doing the interviews. It was just very
that's weird.
Very strange. But like I don't know if people were like, hell yeah, ExxonMobil, you guys are doing these guys are doing the right thing, taking over Exxon. I really think it's just you only see headlines, and it was like group forces Exxon to do only electrical vehicles by 2035, and everyone's like,
great,
let's do it.
And whatever forces mean, like what if that doesn't happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's my question. Is like, what does that mean?
I have no idea.
Like coming out as a company and being like, this is our goal in
it's probably not
15 years.
I'm sure that's a verb that I'm using.
Like you can say whatever for 15 years from now. I don't know. I think the electric car idea is more likely to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds great. I think, but it's going to be people like the Teslas of the world that are making that happen, not activist investors strong-arming Exxon into anything. But
you just think that like. It would be nice if electric vehicles were the most profitable, because if you made the best wheel, then you sold the most wheels.
I mean, theoretically they will be at some point, but
or like I don't know, go into biofuel, figure out or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought it was so funny that it was all framed as like this activist group taking over.
Yeah,
no,
they're investors.
Just an investment group.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of money who
there's plenty of money in green energy, so it's like
who saw a weak target and are jellyfishing, like eating it away, and now they're like, cool, now we control you.
It is funny.
Parasite. That was the word I was looking for. They're a parasite.
Yes. Cool. I'm short on the story. I don't like it.
Good. Screw those guys. Screw Exxon.
I think that's it, though. I think
cool.
That's about it for this week. I'm gonna get this up immediately, and we'll be back next Tuesday.
Put it directly in my veins. Up only.
Up only. This is probably the top.
Up only.
Bye.
Big thanks to our sponsor over at CryptoCandies.io. Head on over to their website and check out their selection. They're always adding super dope and unique new crypto-themed designs, and we greatly appreciate their support.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Crypto Dojo. If you enjoyed it, be sure to rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, follow on Spotify, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And feel free to hit us up on Twitter and IG at CryptoDojoPod. We'd love to hear from you.